Jordan Casanova, it's VIVE Katerin. Nice to speak with you today.
Hi, nice to speak with you.
You ready to start? Let's start this.
All right, let's do it.
So, how has the So You Think You Can Dance tour been going so far?
It's been amazing. I mean, I would have never thought a year ago that I would be here. You know, a year ago I was at school majoring in deaf studies. Like, this is so unreal, and I still step on stage every day, and I cannot believe it. And it's been so great working with the cast and, like, my SYTYCD Tour family. They're amazing, and I can tell you that I wouldn't want to spend my days any other way. This is unreal.
Thinking back to the competition, what was going through your mind when you made it to the top 10?
When I made it through the top 10, I can remember me and Tad setting goals for ourselves. And he said, where do you want to be? And I said, honestly, I'm happy just being here in the top 20, but I would be so thrilled if I made it to the top 10. And that was our goal, was to just get to the top 10, and we did. And once we made it there, it was just, like, words cannot even explain. When we were standing up on stage filming for the top 10, like, package, like, it was crazy, and I was just like, oh my gosh. And we didn't know if we were going on tour because we had heard rumors that they weren't taking all 10, that they were only taking the top 8. And I was like, oh my God, like, I can't, I have to go, like, I want to be on tour. And so then they announced that the top 10 was going, and me and Tad were just so excited. It was awesome.
I know that your specialty is jazz dancing, and I really enjoy seeing your personality come through in your movement. Is there a dancer who inspired your love of jazz dancing?
Like throughout when I was growing up, or like on the show?
I would say throughout your entire life. You know, has there been one inspiration, one dancer who inspired your love for jazz dancing?
You know, when I was growing up at my studio, everyone was so much older than me, and I was always put into the numbers with the older girls, so I was always taught to dance older than my age. You know, once they graduated, there was no one really there to look up to, so I did look up to my teacher and choreographer, Donna Shepard, who has been teaching me since I was 11 years old, and not only is she an amazing teacher, but she's an amazing person, and she's my role model. I hang out with her every day. But if I could pick, like, a super big role model in my life, it would probably be Beyonce. I mean, I know she's not a jazz dancer, but she's amazing. She's an amazing performer. She's beautiful, and she's an amazing person off stage. So that's pretty much it.
Oh, that's great. Jordan, your fans now look at you as their role model. What advice do you offer to other dancers interested in competition-level dance or dance as a career?
When I was growing up, I struggled with my own patience. I'm not a patient person, so when I didn't get, like, if I didn't hit all my technique in my solo, I would get really frustrated, or if, you know, I wasn't on my leg, I would get super frustrated, and I had to learn that patience is key in everything. You know, you don't get your splits overnight. You know, you don't get a triple pirouette with the first time trying it. So I had to learn how to have patience with myself, and once I grasped that concept, it really helped me throughout my career, because I learned that everything takes time. You know, it takes time to get your splits. I mean, it took me 2 years to get flexible. So I would just tell everyone that, like, patience is key in your dance career. Just have patience with yourself, and everything will fall into place. And just when you're discouraged, don't get down on yourself. Just know that you know, everything takes time, and you'll get it eventually. You just need to keep working on it.
How do you continue to keep your dance styles fresh for yourself and your audience and fans?
I just always have taught myself to dance like this is my last time dancing on stage. You know, I know that tomorrow I will step on stage again and dance the same routines that I did the night before, but I always go out there. Well, the whole cast, we always say, like, let's pretend like this is our last time on stage together. So we all dance as if this is our last show, this is the last time we'll ever be up there. And so that keeps our mind set that, like, to perform better than the night before if we could. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that's what we all do.
Outside of dancing, what are your other interests?
I would really like to get into film and singing. I have been interested in it since I was younger. It was just so hard because I'd been a competitive dancer and that required so much of my time. But I never want to give up on dancing because it's my first love and it always will be. But I think it would be cool to get into film and singing, just to channel my talent hopefully somewhere else and see if I can, I'm that type of person that I get, I wouldn't say bored really quickly, but I like to challenge my brain a lot. I like to be challenged, so I feel like getting into that would be really challenging and interesting for me, and it's a new path that I would like to, search.
I understand that you learned American Sign Language. So what inspired you to learn how to sign?
It was offered at my high school when I was growing up. There was Spanish, French, German, and sign language, and I didn't want to learn German. I didn't want to learn French because ballet is like halfway French, and I just feel like I was taking ballet class the whole time. And then my whole family speaks Spanish, so I figured, why not try something new, sign language? And it was kind of like movement, with your hands and stuff. And so I started taking it. I took it for the first year, and I fell in love with it and the whole culture of deaf people, and it's just so interesting to me. And I ended up taking all 4 years, and when I graduated, I tested into my college, and out of 5 levels, I made it into level 4. So I got credits for levels 1, 2, and 3 that I didn't have to take, which was awesome. So I was already ahead of the game, and it's just so interesting, and it's so different. All deaf people live a different way than hearing people, and they're amazing, and their culture is awesome. So I just fell in love with it, and I still am. I still want to pursue it. So, yeah, it's great.
Do you either through So You Think You Can Dance or on your own get involved with any charity work or giving back to the community?
When I was a junior in high school, I participated in this thing called Spotlight Music Center Awards. And it was basically it was a competition, and they went throughout California, and they picked 20 dancers, and they cut it down to 10 dancers, and then from 10 dancers, they cut it down to the final 2. But there was other art. There was like opera singing, classical dance, non-classical boys, art, and it was basically all the arts. And what it was is a showcase to bring in people to sponsor keeping the arts in schools because, because of budget cuts in California, they've been cutting arts, like art classes, dance programs, music classes, and that frustrates me because growing up in high school, I was, it was only academic at my school. There was no arts. So I was frustrated because they were stripping it from my school, and that's something that I thrive in. That's something that I love. My brain works that way. It's very artsy. So I felt like I wasn't able to express myself. So I participated in that, and it was amazing. And although it was a competition and we did win prize money, it was still bettering, the arts community. And so I would personally really like to get back into that. I would like to do charity work to keep arts in the schools and try and raise money to, keep budget cuts from taking away, what people love. Because not everybody is super, super academic, you know what I mean? Like, some people's brains work a different way. Some people excel better in arts than they do in academics, and that's how I was. And I just think it would be great to allow kids, to have both instead of just always focusing on academics.
Definitely. So what's next for Jordan? Any future plans you can share?
Any future plans? I can tell you that I'm moving out to LA.
Yay!
Yeah, I live 45 minutes away from LA, but I am moving to LA to hopefully pursue dance. I mean, my parents gave me a 2-year grace period. They said, you can go and pursue your career and do your thing, and, if you don't book anything, then we would like you to come home and get back in school. So thankfully, I ended up booking the show, so that's part of the 2 years. So I'm going to move out to LA, and I'm going to try and get into film and singing. I'm going to see what doors I can try and open for myself, and I will be going back to school soon to pursue deaf studies and major in it, hopefully. But my first love is always going to be dance, so I would like to see if I can get somewhere with that first.
Well, thanks for your time today, Jordan. I wish you continued success with dancing and lots of happiness in whatever your future holds. It's been a pleasure to speak with you and to watch you dance and perform.
No, thank you so much for your time. It was great talking to you.
It's my pleasure, Jordan. Good luck with everything.